the walls in my head. When I had a room in the fellow little doll, what happened? Where you know, like, what? Listen to it. Whoa. My hand over. You want to get the buckets. There's a little bit of that. Well, right on the battle, we talk lunch at the rainbow right there, so I'm not on the rainbow anymore. Yeah. Also, the dog started barking. It was out there. So, all right.
All right, hockey fans. I am just getting all set up here now. Check, check. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Oh, now I can hear me, even though you could probably hear me before. So I've got an external mic set up. Hopefully we'll be able to hear the podium and it doesn't echo. We'll see. Hopefully that's not overpowered. Anyway, we are just about ready to get underway. Like all things, the Dan-Dalin. Shout out to my sponsors. We're at the Watertown Wolves 2023 Banquet. Sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on Main Street in Pulaski. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81. Dupree's Cleaning Services, interior and exterior cleaning. And Glory Construction and Development. If you're going to have it built in His glory. Can't do it without them. I mean, yes, I could. I just wouldn't have as many toys. So naturally, we are running late. Wouldn't have it any other way. Bar is open, though. That's how you know it's being done right.
Sorry, guys. It's a red bubble chug.
Little pan around of the crowd here. Try to test that external mic that I have mostly set up. I think it's a little overwhelmed. Piece of Coach Terry. And a lovely ear from Coach Terry. See Greg Dalpy. See a whole bunch of people. Pretty packed house here. This is 14U and 16U year-end banquet. I see Jose. Players in the back as the Rowdy Raucous ought to be. And I hope to be underway momentarily. Hopefully everybody fits in that frame. Got bags and shirts. Let's take a little tour of the front room here. Numbered shirts there. I know that's at least for the 14U team. Numbered jerseys, individualized with player's number and name. Team signatures all across the numbers and names. We'll get a look at that later. Looks like coaches' gift bags. The Elks Lodge logo on the lectern. And looks like we've got some kind of cool cinch sack bags. It'll be exciting to watch the awards be handed out. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. And we'll be underway momentarily.
You're in front staff, so we don't have the bar open over here for anything that you want past bar. It's up to you. What's going on, man? Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about that. Oh, it's a whole. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe like there's something. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh. Right. Yeah. And Google. Oh, yeah. What an example for sorry. I like There's also similar from bring your non season. I know. I was like, now, break. Crazy deal. I have no line of sense. Listen, she did. Peter. I so.
So the first thing I want to say is happy birthday, Kirkland Feldman.
That's embarrassing.
So for anyone in the room that doesn't know me, and sure a lot, I look around and see a lot of people who know, but my name's Vega. I had the privilege this season to serve as the WAG president. I told this story at every banquet we had this weekend, which has been a lot, so if you've already heard it, I'm sorry. But my first season at WHA, I served as the fundraising director. We did every fundraiser we could think of. We did spaghetti dinners, chicken barbecues, teams sold pies, we sold grease, we stood out in front of Walmart in negative 25-degree weather. Raise your hand if you remember that. When that season came to a close, or was closing in, I went to the board and asked about doing an end of the year banquet. It was met with some kind of trepidation. It wasn't anything we had done before. There was always a skills session with pizza at the rink, a fun day for the kids. But I thought everyone should get together in a room and recognize coaches, families, players, managers. And so I was granted approval to start the process with a $600 budget. I was able to find a donated room and donated pizzas. And little did we know that we would wake up in the middle of April to an ice storm that didn't stop any hockey family from coming to that banquet. We had over 300 people jammed into a room to celebrate our season. So from then on, we have progressed to this, which is so exciting. Samantha Brockland and I have been here all weekend watching teams celebrate and all together in rooms being packed. So with that, I would like to thank our board of directors, our current board of directors, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. We approve, we plan, we do everything to make these sort of things happen. I really want to do a huge shout out to Samantha Van Brackland, who has been here. It might be the 8th for this weekend of being here. So thank you, Sam. And also, she's the voting station over here. If you haven't voted, please come vote. Jessica Ice, I'm sure a lot of you in this room don't know her. She was instrumental in planning the entire weekend. She's got a 10U player and an 8U player. She created this beautiful salute arch for us, and she completely planned this entire weekend and did all the hard work. So thanks to her, even though she's not in the Something we're really happy about this year is WHA had a record number of players this season. We ended this season with 218 registered players, which was a record. So with that, I want to thank every volunteer in the room and volunteers not in the room. We couldn't do any of this without our volunteers. I heard an analogy yesterday from a coach that I wanted to steal. It's Jordan Reber. I didn't tell him I was stealing it, but independent. So he explained that volunteerism is like an iceberg. So what you see on the top is such a fraction of what's happening underneath. So anyone who is volunteering or knows someone who has volunteered, please say thank you, and thank you to anyone who has volunteered in any aspect for our organization. So we have 3 board members who are terming out this season. We would like to recognize them. Our terms are 3 years long, and we have 4 new candidates. So as again, vote. As Sam said, rock the vote. So the first, I know. So the first person we'd like to recognize is Tim Esposito.
Mayor, I handle that. We'll talk about it.
So Tim has been a board member for 9 long years. He has been a coach for more than 9 years. He served as an ace coordinator for a season, and he has been such a great sounding board for moving what WHA was in the past 9 years ago to where we are today. Tim, you will be missed. John Terry. John has been a board member for 3 years, a coach for 6 years, over 6 years, but 6 years at WHA. He has coached 2 teams to the New York State Championship, and he has also served as our ace coordinator and has been such a valuable resource to managers and fellow coaches, and especially to me as managing for him for years. He's always been my kind of calm sounding board to reach out to. So Johnny will certainly be missed. Tom Ice, he's not in the room. He's a 10U and an 8U player. Tom served as a board member for 3 years. He coached for numerous years. He's been our valuable voice of the younger groups because as a lot of us in the room, especially the people terming out, we consider ourselves old and crusty. I mean, our players are old. So it's really nice to have the say of someone, the voice of the younger groups. And Tom also was very instrumental in our Learn to Play programs, so he also will be dearly missed. Just a couple housekeeping items. One thing that WHA is so excited to announce is that we're going to be offering customized home and away jerseys with socks for the next season. Something the board is working on. We will be sending out information on that soon. This is going to be a very minimal cost to families. New design, new jerseys. As everybody knows, our jerseys are old and tired, so it's time for something new. So look forward to that. Also, the coaching committee wanted me to remind everybody that anyone looking to fill a head coaching position should submit an application by April 30th. The applications are right on our website underneath the coaching tab. The directions on how to submit that are also listed in there, so please do that by April 30th. Just a note of how things are going to work today. So what we'll do is the food is actually out. We will have everyone come up, grab their plates, have a seat, and then once everyone's seated, we'll bring the coaches out so they can do their recognition of players and families, and we will go from there. And also, yes, so we would like, if everyone can see me, we would like for people to come around this way and get to the food table. So just one more thing. I have a 16U mom, Amanda Gregory, our equipment manager, extraordinaire. I'd like to say a couple words.
As the equipment manager, I have dealt with all of your managers. You all need to appreciate all that they have done for you as coaches, as players, and as parents. They work very diligently. Planning games, practices, and all other activities for your teams. And I feel that they are not appreciated enough and given enough credit for what they do. With that being said, Mercedes, I cannot appreciate you any more than I have. I constantly call you with questions, and I know I'm not the only parent. You listen to every parent on the team. You help the coaching staff immensely. And you're an amazing mom and friend to all of us. With that being said, I have a little something for you.
So with that, let's work on everybody coming up and grabbing some food. So we can get started. Oh.
Like it's not fire. The whole city's sleeping. What's that? Moment for like an earth speed. I'm fast. It's a question there. Like, yeah, I can teach you it. Okay, I feel. All right, where am I? So I feel that our manager is our guest, but they do have some stuff to give our coaches and our manager. Um, really want to thank our manager for she kept us on the ice for 52 games this year. And I want to thank her for scheduling the games, handling sports engine, tracking the scores, the score sheets, keeping most weekends completely filled with travel and games all winter. I think we had one or two weekends or days that we didn't have something. But it really made the long winter go pretty fast. Also, our coaches, Chris Buck, Hammond, Mike Rist, and John Rose. I mean, you guys really kept the ship afloat a lot of the times this year. I mean, you allow me to be on the bench most of the games. I think that a game is not that one time. But really, without it just was, it's not going to work. Also, I lost my place here. Oh, yeah. So, these things for the coaches. For the manager. Yeah, yes. This is for the manager. I need to hear it. Okay. Those are for the coaches. Yeah. That is the one rolling. There it is. Can you please tell Jamie we appreciate it? Thank you. Uh, now I'd like to thank our players. Hello, players. Okay, good. You guys put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this season. I've lost track of how many ice packs we used. It was a big amount. We had parents buying, 10 packs of ice packs all over the place. We were reusing them on the bench. It was crazy. I mean, with the body contact and checking, I think we really proved how tough we were. I gotta say, hats off to you guys. Practices, adrenaline training, video sessions, number of multiple game days. We faced many challenges from the other teams, as well as surprisingly our own teammates at times. They rolled the ball and kept fighting. I mean, playing hockey. Yeah, that's it. There was a little bit of everything. So with 20 players, it is very challenging to find the time. There's only 6 players on the ice at the time. I mean, it was a lot of juggling out there. It really was. Many battles involved being on the bench, just jockeying for position, even for a place to stand. As tough as it was on the ice, I learned the art of moving my feet, or I should say dancing, just as players sat down on the bench and not falling flat on my face. Seriously. My skill in this area improved immensely this season. That was good now. Okay. Um, we won 24 games and we lost 24 and we tied 4. But, these guys taught me how to overcome these obstacles. Really, they were a huge part of our success. And, let me see, what else did we have? Okay, so we have some awards. I'm gonna announce every player because we got these bags. Thank you, good catch. So we're just gonna go in order. Aaron Hagman, he got a playmaker patch, so 3 assists in 1 game. Right? Come on up, buddy. We don't have the patches today. So we got uh, yes. Sorry. Welcome here. 14 assists. Chris Martin, Google assists. Okay, Cooper Willis, he had 8 assists. Well done, buddy. Good place, folks. Yeah, get your bag. Everybody gets bags. Okay, so Elton Hammond, Defensive Player of the Year. He's okay. So these awards, all the coaches we almost a little bit, but we finally landed on four players, okay? So there were others who played real good. Everyone was a really consistent defenseman, okay? Ethan Rawlings, 3 goals, 5 assists. Well done. Grant Harris, he got our hustler of the year, and he got a playmaker patch, 3 assists. He had 23 goals, 25 assists. We also had several players that hustled a lot, so that was another hard decision there. Jordan Taylor, 9 goals, 8 assists. Well, the probably dispute on the assist number, but we'll go back to the score sheets on that. Okay. Keegan Penworthy, most improved player of the year. I'm going to 7 I gotta say, when he got his first goal, I think the entire team helped him. I really seriously. Okay. Lyndon McKinnon, 7 goals, 8 assists. According to the score sheets. Okay. Right. Our next player, okay, I don't really like individual awards, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Maverick Lloyd, he got the playmaker patch, the hat trick patch, and the defensive player of the year. Maybe 7 goals and 18 assists. So he was like third on the team in assists. Okay, well done. Mike Neutral, he earned the 0 club patch. Well done. Yeah. Noah, Noah versus Patrick match, and 38 goals and 15 assists. Well done, William. I do want to thank Maxon Rose for playing. I mean, I know he got hurt and it was a tricky season, but he came and we contributed a lot to our team. Well done, Maxon. Takes longer than one said. We never very many games, but you made a difference to our team, especially in our tournaments. Lauren Young, 0 club patch. He's not here today, but Roman Turner, 10 goals, 4 assists. Another 40 defenseman. Actually, he played every position that he had except for goalie. Sam Nevin, 3 goals, 6 assists. Yeah, he's okay. Another hustler, Taylor Birkenstock, he earned a defensive pitch, 49 goals, 16 assists. Well done, Taylor. Keegan Hess, he also earned a 0 club patch. He was primarily a defenseman, but he played well a number of times. We played for the last guy when they didn't have a goal. So well done, Tegan. Lewis Sorensen, 13 goals, 2 assists. Can you give the vacuums in now? And finally, Zach Millington, 1 goal, 2 assists. So when he scored this goal, he scored this goal late in the season, and he said, okay, now that I've scored, I want to get a hat trick. So good luck on that. I'm sure it's coming next year. All right, so a couple more things. If I go too long, probably forgot some of this. But I just want to say, I don't think many of us, or at least I never thought I would be a head coach. And I think I was thrust into it last year and probably this year. So I'm like a reluctant head coach. So I try to listen to maybe too much at times. But I feel like our players were able to communicate with me personally and also the other coaches. So it might look like chaos on the bench, but I think in the end we all learned. I certainly learned a lot, and I feel like our players learned. And I had a really good time with this season. I don't know what's happening next year, but I take my hats off to the players, the parents, all the volunteers. I really appreciate what you've done for the game and for Watertown hockey. Is that anything else? Well, thank you, and thank you for it again.
See if we can have a little token before taking away potions we got, yes. So, it's our problem. So, definitely, yeah. Thank you for that. For that. From there.
I need to go to the picture, please. Stand in front of the balloon, in front. Okay. Thanks everybody for attending, this afternoon slash evening. Just real quick, just wanted to recognize the 14 new tournament team. I think if one thing with this team we could say, definitely, perseverance. There were multiple times, especially in a lot of the tournaments we played in this past season, where during the preliminary round robin, obviously, we lost the game. But this team proved that they did have that, quitter's attitude. And we always face that team again as the champion. And these guys, came away with, hardware, because of that. So perseverance was definitely, one thing that embodied this team. We ended the season, with a record of 35-11-3. We had, 247 goals for, 117 goals against. Some of the achievements that this team accomplished this season. Uh, the regular seasons, division champions, 14 U Snowbelt Jam A champions, the fall friendly tournament champions, the Griffins Guardians, 14 U travel division champions, and then they made it to the semifinals this year of the New York State Amateur Hockey Association Tier 3 state tournament. Before we get into the awards, there's a couple of people I would like to thank. First of all, and I've already heard it today from a couple of people. Obviously my wife Maria. Um, for those of for those of us who coach, and are really dedicated to it, we spend a lot of time, doing coaching things, and we tend to hear about it a lot, but I also have her support, so I wanted to make sure I said thank you. The next person I'd like to recognize is Shane Lister, and the great part of, well, this goes for all managers, but especially for Shane.
this up here wouldn't happen without Shane. Um, we would have games scheduled, have tournaments scheduled, reps, volunteers. None of that would happen without Shane. So again, thank you, Shane. I appreciate it. Next are my three coaches, Arizona, Indiana, and Tim Esposito. And this next person, I would recognize because I don't think anybody, I know Amanda said something about managers, but I don't think anybody knows the work that goes on behind the scenes by this person. And that's Michelle Riss as a registered association. I also want to thank the board of directors and the officers who volunteered their time to fill those roles. I also want to thank the four candidates who stepped up this year to fill vacancies. This year we had 3 vacancies on the board, so thank you to those 4 for stepping up. And I also want to thank all the parents, volunteers, from the time clock, scorekeeper, penalty boxes. We can't have a season without that. So once again, thank you to all the parents, all the volunteers who put in the time there, and I appreciate it. And then lastly, I want to thank Dan-Dalin. Uh, and, he does a lot to support his children and their sport activities. I brought those games just so everybody knows it's not just those. He spends a lot of time broadcasting what games that his kids may not even have any involvement in. So I know me personally, my family, Aiden has an uncle down in Florida. We have other family members who get to watch Aiden play and his teams play because of Dan. So thank you, Dan. So I've just got a couple of things, as I've already mentioned. One quote that always sticks well with me from the very famous hockey coach Herb Brooks: "Great moments are formed from great opportunities." And I definitely think this team embodies that as a reference to perseverance. We continue throughout the season to push this team, these players. Like I said, in every single tournament we played in during the round robin or the preliminary games, we lost against a team. Whether because we're closely matched, we didn't have our game, what have you. Um, but these players never gave up. Like I said, they always came back in the championship game and were ready to play. And obviously, they had the hardware to take home because of that. Um, the other thing I gotta say to this team and all the other players, remain coachable. Um, we've got 13-year-olds plus in this room right now. And I know we all think that, or they think, that at this point in their lives, they know everything. So I know we dealt with that a little bit this season, but I will remind everybody, remain coachable. At the same time, though, do not hesitate to speak to your coach or coaches. I've said this at this age level up. I really impress upon if players have questions about anything in regards to the season or how things going, I want them comfortable being able to go to their coach and speak about it. But at the same time, be open to the feedback. Be open to the fact that the coach is investing in your time and their time as well in regards to make you a better player, a better person. And then the last thing I have to say is do not expect or earn everything you get. And like I said, with the perseverance you guys embodied this year, you definitely earned what you got. So congratulations. So as we wrap up and I'll call everybody out, we'll hand out Ada Macklin, Bryce Rutherford, And then I didn't see Kane, right? And Kane was able to make it. So those who are here, I'll call you up, grab your bag. Yeah, yep. One. Eight Terry. Eight earned a zero patch for more this year. Then, Zoka. Next is Braylon Nutting. Next, Dan-Dalin. Getting also over playmaker pass this year as well. Next, Connor Rue. Next is Cooper Esposito. Next is Don Wisner. Earned a hat trick and playmaker. Next is Hayden Covey. Next is Jake Myers. Next is Sterling McLendon. Next is Leon Humphrey. Next is Nate Gillette. And then the Manila envelope stole Ben. Holding it shut. This is Nate Gillette. David Dahmer is who that number the playmaker and Patrick was worth Patrick here. Next, Nick Neto, who also earned a hat trick to door hats. Next is Thompson. And last is Sam Miller, who also earned a hat trick to the door. Lastly, this award for offensive player, Nick Neto. Defensive player, Dan-Dalin. Hustler, Leon Harding. If anybody needs a lesson on forechecking, that's who you want to talk to. Most improved is Hayden Covey. And this last award is what we wanted to throw out there. And anybody else who doesn't understand this, you can explain afterwards. But Memory Esposito, we're gonna give you the cheerleader award. Yeah, just in. So, thanks again for a great season, a wonderful season. Good luck to everybody next season, whether you're staying at the 14 level moving up a level, or whatever you're doing this spring and summer, in whatever sport. But again, from myself, coaches, thanks for making this an enjoyable season. Thank you.
Shane, together and wanted to give a thank you to all our coaches and Shane for such an amazing season. So the players, why don't you come up, grab some bags? Leanna, I think you know who's enabled, right? So as a thank you to all of you for all your dedication for the whole entire season, thank you, and just a little something from the team.
Good job.
Sorry, being memo.
Boys? Dan? Dan. Thank you, guys. So I want to start by saying thank you, John Terry. Thank you, Nevins. Great job, guys. They covered a lot of what anyone would want to say in this, and I know everyone's anxious to get out of here, so we're going to keep it short. We're going to start with our coaching staff, Coach Ledoux and Coach Color. I've had the privilege to work with these two gentlemen for many years, and it never gets my bad. Never gets old, working with these guys. Most importantly, the parents, simply that. We talk about it in the locker room, before a game, after a game. You guys make this happen for us. It doesn't happen without the sacrifice in which you guys put up for this incredible game. I always remind Remind some of you parents, remind your children, it is very important to realize one thing in life. If your child is a hockey player, he is one of the most unique athletes in the world. That's not me being biased, that's scientific fact. It takes more skill to play this sport than any other sport on the planet. So I don't care if you're playing travel hockey, I don't care if you're playing house hockey. You have a great skill set just being a hockey player. So take that home with you. Let's get started with our awards. Couple of things. Well, we're gonna run with our record. We had a great record this year. We had 31 games through the pre and post season. We were 19-9-3. We lost our 2 games, real tight games against Oberg and 46ers. And if you've never seen the 46ers, just wait. It's quite exciting. When you guys over there meet them, that's a whole nother level of excitement you haven't had. But more importantly is what we accomplished. We had 3 guys get hat tricks. We had 1 get a playmaker, and we had a goalie. Or actually 2 goalies. 1 didn't show up. So I'm going to call up. I'm going to do all 3 of you at the same time for hat tricks. Nate Taylor, Connor Lamb, and Brady Goodride. What's that? And then for playmaker, we got Trevor Ledoux. Really, I gotta say, this kid has eyes behind the back of his head. He can find people like you've never seen before. And kudos to you, Trey Ledoux. And last but least, we'll just bring up Brody McGregor for an ultimate shout out. Good shout out this guy. He's the real deal. And his co-parts, Nick Deegan, he couldn't be with us today. But guys, if you want to go back, we're going to go into a quick rewards. We got a rewards program going on up here, if you didn't know. Start with this bottom one. All right. Our offensive player of the year was Nathan Lamb. Okay, Nathan Taylor, come on here, buddy. I'm telling you. That doesn't take away from any of these other players, but if it's a time to go, and go time, it's Nathan Taylor. I'm so privileged to be able to coach him. I know Coach Ledoux and Coach Feller can say the same. This kid is an animal, and it is so fun to watch that. This is important. This is the first time we've seen this. We had 2 awesome guys on the back end this year that played a very similar game. This is to take away from our defense, because we had a defense that you wouldn't believe. But we had 2 guys that just battled, and I really struggled on what direction to go. So I had to go back to the stat sheet. And quickly, we found out that it's going to go to the guy that had the least goals against. And that goes to Jose Rivera. He's been playing on champion for, I believe, 11 years. He's been after that award. And I gotta tell you, Jose Rivera, you earned it, kid. And not to take away from any of our other defensemen, because we got a great group of kids. And I tell you that much right now. But Jose, your growth was fantastic as a defenseman. You started to find your way, find your confidence. And if there's anything about hockey, confidence is key. My last award, which I have 2 more awards. Hang on. This is important. I want to call up Jared Bach. This is a very special award. This is for Jared Bach when he played 10U Blue back in 2022, 2023, and he got the Hustler of the Year. Yeah. Good job. You know, uh, Jared's got big shoulders. And this is probably one of the most rewarding awards I have tonight. This young man I've been after literally for 5 years, and he blows me away on the hockey IQ side. And I'm telling you, all you 14U players back there, there's something you can learn from this young man. Can I have Trey Ledoux come up? Trey Ledoux, wave to everybody. I got to make a special point about him. I literally had him in one of my programs, coaching with his dad or coaching throughout the years with Trey. And look, he's taller than me already. This is over 3 weeks. I was blown away. I came in here, I'm like, Trey, how'd you get so big? Everyone brings something to a team. I'll tell you, hands down, Trey brings. Typically, he's always the top in the top seed of assists. The in goals, his awareness on the ice is above approach. I sit there and I rag on him and I rag on him, and we go over plays and systems, and he buys into the program and he creates these fantastic opportunities for us to put the puck in the net. So this award is always a little bit different because it's the most improved. And sometimes we find that is maybe a kiddish award when they get up to the big boy level. But I tell you what, Trey, I really mean this. Most improved, not only in your capabilities and your effort, especially in that last few weeks. I was so impressed with it. But more importantly, you're just getting smarter and smarter and smarter on that ice. And he's literally playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. And it's a wonderful thing to see. There's other things that everyone has to work on in their game. Trey's going to keep working on his game, as each and every one of these guys are. So this award goes to you, Trey. We appreciate that. Get you later. Now we're going to go to our coaches' boards. I'll have Coach Ledoux, Coach Felder. You guys get some pretty blue backs. These are the real deal. Take those to the face right there. Coach Felder. These guys are great. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. We don't have our whole team here. We have 20 on the roster, I want to say. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say it. Things changed a little bit in our roster after March 8th. So I want to say this. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Very proud of you. We have a lot of work to do, as you know. We have superstar coaches that are coming up into our 16U and our 18U program for this year. We're excited about it. We're going to be covered up with covering your kids up with knowledge this year and getting them to the next level in hockey. So I want to call who's here. Come up and see Sam and Brockton and Vega. I'm going to start with birthday boy. I guess our birthday boy. And he turned 14 today. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Let's go, Connor Lamb. I tell you, I love this kid, Connor Lamb. He's a great kid. We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Come on down. Good job, buddy. Big Brody. Come on, Brody McGregor. You're next, buddy. Brady's in there, take a ball for Brady. Pass on that good. I don't want that good. Yeah, take it higher. I got take it higher. I love this kid. He gets hit. I go onto the ice. He looks up at me, not tearing his eye. He goes, Coach, it's broken. I'm like, how do you know? It's like, just look at it. Got it. Yeah, it was broken. This kid works his tail off. I really appreciate you, Keegan Hine. He ended up having a short season because of his injury a bit, but your team loves you. We love you. Great job. Who do I got up next here? Oh, Jared Bach. Come on, everybody. He's not going to come out there, but you know what? He can play hockey. I'm kidding. But yeah, Jared Bach, I tell you, I had the privilege to coach him through varsity this year. What an animal. 14 youth. I know you're sitting back there looking, and some of you guys got a chance to play with this kid. I've never played with a kid, or I've never watched a kid never give up. I really haven't. Jared, that kid, it doesn't matter if he broke all of his bones. I think you'd keep coming after him. I really do, Jared. Big applause for Jared Bach. I think I'm going Mateo. Come on down, Mateo. Good story for Mateo. We started up preseason up here at Watertown, and then we got separated because of varsity. And we see him on the varsity ice. And he scored his first goal, I think. It was awesome. Good job. He's a great man. Huh? I know I'm going to start. Look, friends here. Next, let's go Nick Taylor. What's next for goals on fire? Thanks, I like that. Oh my goodness. He's done. He's the go get. I tell you, I give recognition to Jared. I give recognition to these guys. These guys are all hard workers. As you come up one at a time, it just reminds me he's the same way. The only difference is, and I don't have a lot to say here, but I'll tell you a very quick story. Is he understands the ins and outs of every penalty box that you've ever. He has drawn up the plans. I think he designed them. He is a special creature when it comes to finding the box, and he gets more technicals and doesn't never know why. We appreciate it, buddy. You're a hard worker. Looking forward to having you here. I'm going to have Carter come up here next. Thank you, sir. I told him they look like a pilgrim that I had, but Carter's a special breed because he comes from Mercedes, and I tell you, he's a hard worker. He's come through a lot of growth this year. A little bit of a hothead, like his mother, and he's done real well. So we appreciate your effort, Carter. Good work in that. Is Daniel Keegan poking your head out there? Daniel, come on up here, buddy. He's proud of it. No, we get to stand by coach. We've been proud of it for a long time. He played at varsity, did you not? Varsity. He played with this mullet in Fulton the whole season, and he still has it today. That tells you he believes in the mullet power. Great job, Daniel. Oh, yeah, Jose. How many times do you want me to call your name, bud? All right, I guess Jose Rivera. Jose, we did a great job. You got it. We have several other kids on the team. I don't know if it's necessary to call them if they're not here. Can we just say? Yeah, we'll give them bags, but they know who they are. Great. Yeah. So, Trey, you again, what? Same thing with like that. Stories I forgot. Thank you guys. We're gonna cut it here. Thank you for being patient to get through this. Great season. We got a great group of kids coming up next year. And I can tell you now, safely, that we will have a 16, 18U team next year, not combined, obviously, but we'll be able to field a couple of teams. So that just shows you the strength. Big, I gotta give you some credit. Sam, I gotta give you some credit. If there's anything I need to say is the work they put into these programs is above reproach, so we appreciate you. And last but not least is my darling wife that, keeps this whole program together, Rob. Thank you, honey. Never like me think about, well, 4 years ago, I didn't call her name and then she was sad. I was like, well, you don't like me singled out. She's like, well, give me a little bit of everything. So again, manager job's a top job, but we appreciate your work on. To you boys, thank you. Coaches, thank you. Parents, thank you. And I'm gonna turn it back to Bingo.
Team is not just the players, it's all the coaches that put the time in, the managers, the parents, but I think Mercedes can attest to this. There's no harder working man in our hockey association than Chris Nethers, all right? So, not Thanks, guys.
That's it, we're done, right?
Well, and that'll do it here from the Elks Lodge in Watertown. Thank you all for watching. Hope you were able to see and hear well. I made a judgment call and went from the angle that I thought was best. We're going to miss you, Rutherfords. We're going to miss you a lot this summer. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit, and we'll certainly miss you next year. From the Elks Lodge in Watertown, New York, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.
I already figured out.